being on the independent side has shown me a lot more things about the industry. I'm a big boy! How you have to be creative outside the box sometimes to get things done. And the constant evolving change of being in the field keeps the job interesting. And this keeps me engaged and always guessing what's going on next. We've got to have the big chooch, but it's the Tekamo Edition. This is freaking phenomenal. And yes, I am starting my pink tool collection. Why not? Hey guys, Zach over here out of the Houston area. This is my 2022 Peterbilt. I've been in it for about a year. It's got an Atkins bed on it, impact, and a Stellar 10,000 30-foot crane. Been a great solid truck. And this is where I live most of the time when I'm out on the road. Typical Peterbilt cab, fell mount, laptop stand. Gotta have the Buc-ee's drink. Laptop bag, easy for me to grab. Keep all my stuff all together. All my books, some literature, comm adapter, laptop. Grab and go to the hotel or whatever I need to do. Crane remote's in here. All my binders for all my safety stuff's in here. And gotta have the Buc-ee's out on standby. Then of course, I had to get my ice cream yesterday. If you're in Houston, you know. I will apologize now. The truck is a little bit of a mess. I have been working like crazy lately. It is what it is. But we all work out of our trucks. They're not gonna be clean 100% of the time. It's just not gonna happen. First drawer, all my primary tools and everything else going on. Gotta have the magnetic drawers. These just happen to be the snap-on ones, but when you can just across something and it holds everything there, you can't beat it. First one is all my pliers and everything else, all the way from the snap-on needle nose to hose pinch cutoff pliers and anything in between. You always need a plier for something that you can never predict. Next three drawers are wrenches, mostly standard ratchet wrenches, stuff like that. These are my larger wrenches, all my larger wrenches, and then also these Tekting angle wrenches, probably the best angle wrenches out there other than your snap-ons. But who wants to pay $1,000, $1,200 for a set of 12 wrenches? Who's gonna pay that price? I really don't want to. As much as I love them, I just don't want to pay that much. And these are honestly probably better. These are so much more comfortable in your hand. Metric wrenches, ratchet, regular wrenches. This is kind of my miscellaneous drawer. This going back from my engine building days, back at the cat dealerships. Dial indicators, thread rethreaders, extra deep impact sockets. That's just back from my engine building days when I actually used them all the time. Sockets, majority of my sockets in here. My favorite sockets, hands down, are the Koken. These will actually hold the bolts in place without a magnet. These are honestly my first go-tos for them if I need them, not on an impact. But even the sockets that are impact from Koken, these things are just as amazing. It's not something everyone would notice, but on the back, it's got the two spots for your pin. One side is actually recessed and grooved. So even on a ratchet, it'll go on and off easier without you having to think about it. It was one of those things that it was hard to pull off one time, and when I put it on one time, it was really easy. Didn't notice it, so I flipped it on the backside. That little bit of innovation blew me away with Koken. It was like, if they're putting that much thought on the little things on there, just think about what they're thinking about on the other side of it. First drawer of my cordless and air tools. And yes, I am a Milwaukee guy.
A lot of you guys have trash talked me because I'm a DeWalt man. Hashtag I hate Milwaukee.
So Rudy, I don't care. I am a Milwaukee guy. I know you like your DeWalts, but I'm sorry. I bleed red and I piss yellow. Send me all the hate you want. It is what it is. But I've had these for 9 years. I've warrantied one tool, and the first set of batteries are finally starting to fail on me. I trust them. They've held up for me. I know there's some guys that go only cordless. I cannot knowingly just get rid of my air tools and only go cordless. You will never 100% be able to replace the constant work capacity of the air. You just can't. 3/4 inch impact. Every now and then I need a 1 inch. I'll just get it from the shop, but I don't always need a 1 inch. So they're all down here. Oh, and I almost forgot. 3D printed M18 battery holders. These things are freaking amazing. Got them through Fortis. Magnetic speaker, just to play some tunes, keep everything going on in the background. Nice and easy for me to grab. Then also, since we're right here, these light bars, these are the Sylvania off-road light bars. They are surprisingly bright and amazing. They hold up really well. Got them at our rallies for, I think, 95 bucks. For a 20-inch light bar, single row, it is amazingly bright. It's a lot better than Lee's little bitty spotlights. Works so much better. Definitely an upgrade for all the night stuff that I do every now and then. Next door, we've got to have the big chooch, but it's the Tekamo Edition. This thing is worth its weight in gold, hence the color. But I have pushed out, I did a bucket swap on a John Deere 350. Got the hammer just to make sure the pin would move, and that blew them out flawlessly. Then I also have my AC vacuum pump. I've got electric one and an air one. I've had the air one forever, just easy to use. That way I don't have to turn on multiple things at one time, run a second extension cord. I've already got air out doing something. I have a 3D printed M18 grease gun holder. That's magnetic on the side over there. Keeps it nice and put away off to the side. That way it's not just sitting there bouncing around and flopping around. I haven't got any grip edge stuff yet, but I need some. It's a grip edge, hey. But this is just kind of like my miscellaneous drawer. Kind of like a little stuff, my larger heat shrink, brake pad expanders, stud extractors, stuff like that. Mueller, more Mueller. These battery cable cutters, these things blow the Blue Point ones out of the water.
I can barely cut through.
Blow them out of the water. It's 2 hands that cut through the batteries, cables. It's 1 hand operation with these. Go get yourself a pair. Anything that Mueller has, don't even hesitate, just do it. You'd be surprised at the quality that they put into it. I was blown away by it. Battery cable crimper. This one is actually impact rated for a 3/8 impact. So you don't need to sit there, put it in the vise and beat on it with a hammer. You just run it in with that impact and it will handle it. And it's designed for a 3/8 impact. It even says it in there. So if they try to naysay something on the warranty, say no, it's in the fine print, right there. Seals, picks, T-handles, the Mueller big hose pick pliers, larger seal pick pliers. And yes, I am starting my pink tool collection. Why not? It blows my daughter's mind when I pull out a pink tool real quick, but it's fun. That one is Snap-on. Screwdrivers and chisels. That's one place where I don't go crazy with my money on it, just because it's a screwdriver. How great are you going to get with a screwdriver? Harbor Freight, honestly. And Harbor Freight will actually come with a striking cap on the top of it. So you can use it as a chisel if you really need to. If they try to say anything about the warranty, say, hey, why'd you put that on the end of it then? And same thing with the chisels. I'm debating on spending the money on the better chisels or whatever, but Harbor Freight for 20 bucks, you get a full set. And they're gonna beat and destroy anyway. Can you really complain? Extensions, adapters, special ball end sockets, like 12 millimeter ball end with a 1/2-inch drive for the big 4-flange hydraulic hoses. Just makes your life that much easier. And that's the big thing that I'm trying to spend money now on, is the stuff that makes my job easier. My favorite ratchet that I have just happens to be a Koken, but it's the little baby one. 1/4-inch body, 3/8 head, little bitty thing. Because you don't always need the big, huge ratchet. Once you break it free or in a tight little spot, this is freaking phenomenal. And if you really need to, just put it in your pocket, that way you don't lose it. I am not sponsored. Honest thoughts. I am not sponsored. Even though I wish I was. Electrical diagnostic drawer. I do have the Snap-on voltmeter. This is the one that you can't actually see during the daylight. I had a fluke, but then my mind had a fluke and I left it on the job site and it's now gone. Relay tester, a couple of power probe adapters. The short finder is in here. Battery terminal in kit. Smaller air tools. Back when I was building engines, I just kept multiple die grinders. Just because for me, it was easier to change out my whole air tool quick on the chuck instead of having to change the end tool on the end of it. So I kept a lot of different die grinders in my truck. Minis, longs, straights, whatever. ITR or IPA, I think that's who it is. Air comb. It blows it out of the side over here instead of down. So this way you can blow out radiators, air filters, stuff like that without having to actually turn your hand around and get into there nice and easy. I've got this one and I've also got a 24-inch one as well. Helps so much in the dusty areas out here for AC, overheating, stuff like that. Helps so much. Hammers down in here. These are all my smaller hammers. My little 1-pound dead blow and regular hammers. Why do you have small 1-pound hammers? Not every job requires a big hammer. But every now and then when you do need a big hammer, you get the 6 out. But 2-pound, 4-pound, 6-pound, kind of the small assortments in here. And what do you know? More 3D printed stuff. This one is a pry bar rack, so it's got magnets on the back side and the front side. My doors just aren't long enough to hold all the pry bars. But on this side, I have another one to hold up the heel bars, pinch bars, and everything else. Kind of my miscellaneous larger bulk parts. Deutsch connector kit. And yes, the Deutsch crimper will fit in the kit. It's in this one. You just got to screw that little adjustment screw, screw it all the way in and barely click it. Right before it releases, it'll fold in there. That's where mine stays. Basic O-ring kits. I carry the Cat Blue plug kit Just what it is. It is the best quick contamination control piece that you can keep on your truck without overloading and keeping crap just everywhere. Snap ring pliers, Torx bit set, coolant pressure testing kit, tap and die set, the larger power probe kit, half-inch drive crow's feet. They just help me from not having so many larger wrenches. Just put on a half-inch ratchet. You can even offset it with an extension or something like that. Lifesaver for skid steer hoses back behind the tracks. A lifesaver for that. Down here, I've just kind of got my large miscellaneous stuff in here. Larger crescent wrenches, my little adapter kit for my modular blowgun, impact gloves, filter wrenches. I have the large Blue Point ratcheting snap ring pliers in here for final drives. The tie rods on the 8R John Deere tractors. Sadly, the John Deere's like the Chevy. If you get the reference, you already know. We do a lot of windows being in the rental world, so Razor and I have to help cut with that. These are all my ratchets, larger pry bars, stuff like that all go in here. I have my torque wrenches in the back, 3/4, half-inch, and 3/8. I had the digital snap-ons for a very, very long time, and after having to warranty them out the second time because being in a service truck, didn't use them 100% all the time because I wasn't doing that much in-depth engine work. I just traded them back in and got the mechanical click ones. Like if I ever go back to working on engines again, I will probably get the electronic ones again. I loved them. Just practicality reasons, being a service truck, it's just easier for me to have the manual click style. One of the handiest ratchets that I have from Snap-on is this little one right here. It's another 1/4 inch body, 3/8 head, but this one turns the whole head around. So you can actually get around the corner and even just kind of ratchet it around that way. This one has been a lifesaver multiple times for that reason. Extendable 3/4 inch ratchet. It may or may not be able to break some stuff loose when you hook it up to a crane. Cannot confirm nor deny. Blowguns. Here is the longer air comb that blows out the side, a little bit longer one. The Cat 4-foot blowgun when you don't feel like bending over to blow something off. Larger half-inch snap-on ratchet. Make sure you turn them off at the end of the day, that way they don't die. Keep that in mind. Up top here is more of the bolt kits. 3/8 impact set. Yes, these are Vevor. I am a tool whore, just like most of us are. Just it is what it is. I will not buy something from someone for any particular reason. If you've got a good tool or a decent tool, that one just happened to be 20 bucks for a full deep set of deep and shallow sockets. I needed them at the time. It is what it is. Allen set grease joint rejuvenator. It works about 50% of the time. Extended Torx, more adapter set. Infrared temp gun. Every truck in this world just needs one of these. Def refractometers. We just deal with so many def issues now. Verify your def is actually good. On this Peterbilt, I also have the rimfire wheel and brake protectors on the back. They actually work really phenomenal. Dealing with these trucks, even the 550s, Dodges, everything else, anything dually wise, we get stuck out in the worst conditions. Mud, snow, sleet. We deal with a lot of mud and slush. And we all deal with all the freaking elephant dicks, whatever you want to call them, flowing through there, and you get vibration issues. You got to come out here, clean them all out. That gets rid of it. These work. Go get yourself a pair. This is mainly just my consumables, everything else. Some more 3D printed holders. This one holds gloves. This one is actually meant to hold just Loctite. Towels, hand cleaner, more gloves, 2 cases of grease, 2 cases of brake cleaner, some miscellaneous penetrating oil, glass cleaner, paint, battery protectant, my little butane torches back there. Mainly all my consumables, and yes, I do carry 2 cases of everything that I use all the time because working here, I got used to traveling at least a week at a time, being gone, so I'm always prepared to be gone for a week, God knows where, and I don't want to run out of something while I'm gone. Then I also, all the different kind of funnels up here. These Forma funnels are lifesavers. You don't need to just use them when you're adding oil. You can use it while you're draining it as well. Yes, the back of this truck is filthy. I had to run down about 3 miles of pipeline right away yesterday, but everyone's pride and joy, their vise. This one's a Wilton. This one will actually hold a, I believe it's a 700 or 750 John Deere idler and tensioner on it, strung out. It will hold it and do whatever you need. Half-inch, 50-foot air reel. I also have the short 6-foot adapter, 3-foot adapter to go with it. Then 100 foot of 3/8 air. In here is all of my big pry bar storage. My large pry bars, large 48-inch pipe wrench that may or may not get hooked up to the crane if I really need a little extra heave ho. That crane's just a little stronger than me, just by a little bit. I like just a little bit. But yeah, different kinds of pins for doing like Maruka tracks, skid steer tracks, stuff like that, just kind of help you work your way around it. Back of truck, got a Mueller Bobcat 600 welder, my floor jack, all my chains stay up there, along with the impact. And then of course, cannot forget my secret weapon on this truck at least, and that is sadly the shackle on the back of it. Obviously when you get stuck, it gets out. That will actually handle it. It's rated for more than what the truck is. So there's that. But doing dozer tracks, whenever you actually need to pull laterally, that makes it a life changer. First time I did the low profile tracks, it took me about 3 hours to do just because it was a nightmare to try and pull the track back. As soon as I used that and started pulling laterally with the crane, it cut the time of that job literally in half every time. On this side of the truck, got the bumper compartment here. This one does not go all the way across because the step is on the other side. So I've got the little well right here. This is where my extra long strap goes. In case anyone gripes about me using a chain to pull out the truck or using a chain, I've got my big 30,000 pound strap back there just in case. But then also, secret compartment, the longer strap that I used for the belly pan video, got it back here. Controller for the impact. The impact for me, just my opinion, it's okay. It does its job. It does its job very well when it decides to do its job. It's very temperamental with the hydraulics. Sometimes when I first engage it, it doesn't want to move unless I two function it. And it's very unpredictable of when it wants to start working at a higher speed. It's not a temperature setting that I can tell. It's just very temperamental. But when it works, it does its job great. It's my air compressor and my hydraulics. Outrigger controllers, air reel, everything else all right here. Whenever my lifting straps are not just spread out all over the back of my truck because I'm working like a crazy man, they usually all stay up here. Keeps them nice, dry, put away. I usually keep in here red, green, and purple, and a couple of just the regular 2-inch nylons, a couple of 1 inches in there. But the endless loop is my primary go-to just because they're so versatile. Window suction cups, absorbent mats. Yes, I do run a 30-pound bottle of Freon. Haven't come across the YF1234 stuff yet, but the R134A I do run. And I'm sorry guys, just me nitpicking. If you're not running the 30-pound bottles and you're just strictly depending on the little 1-pound bottles, stop being a shade tree mechanic and step up to the big bottles. You're inducing air into the system every time you change that bottle. We all know the AC likes a complete vacuum in there. Basic more shop supplies, colored zip ties, heat shrink crimp connectors, regular black zip ties. Over here, some more O-rings that I don't use all the time. There's there. Kind of my spares for the truck in here. I've got spare strobe lights because when you have strobe lights, you can park anywhere you want and no one questions it. Secret tip. Some spare stuff for the welder and orange butt plugs. Yes, I have a pair. I have a set as well. All right. This one is mostly my miscellaneous, mostly. Down here, shackles, lifting links, or as I like to say, shaquiles. Try and screw with people every now and then. Hey, go get me a shaquile. A what? Lifting links. And yes, where I work, they are very safety conscious, so I do have the cat ones with the lifting tags. Yes, you can go get them off of Vevor and everything else, but you can't, there's no lifting tag identification on them. So you go into a plant or anything else like that, it's strict on safety, and they don't have that, they will red flag it, and if not, cut it in half. I've seen it happen. Caps and plugs, mainly just O-ring face, and JIC mainly, that's what I deal with the most. Bolts, all the way up from here through up. Standard metric, anything from a 1/4 inch all the way down to about 3/4 is usually what I deal with. Just keeping spares on the truck. Miscellaneous wire wheels, weld-on hinges for Maruka belly pans, stuff like that. These are the thread savers. These will fix threads, unlike a tap. These are just the different dies, but it acts like a C-clamp with a die around it, and will go up to like 4.5 inches, I want to say, in thread. So all you do is you match the thread pitch to standard metric, fine thread, coarse thread, whatever, and just gradually working it. It will massage the threads back to how it's supposed to be. I've used it a couple different times, especially for the larger stuff, cylinders, stuff like that. Actually works out really good. Now, your tap and die, it's going to cut new threads, but who often has a die that's going to work for 1.5 inch, 2 inch, and stuff like that, other than the special machine shop? This works out. They also have them for wheel studs as well. If you're changing tires all the time, might be something to look into, just to kind of clean them up real quick, just in case. More 3D printed goodies. Here I've got a torch holder, sticks on the side, and yes, it actually has a spare spot for a spare tip. And it is plastic, so don't put it away when the tip is hot. Let it cool off and then put it away. I also have 3D printed holders for my 5-inch grinding discs and 4.5 inch. Up here on the side, my Officer Doofy hard hat lives in here because my other one stays in there. I try to grab that one first. So far, I only work at one job site every now and then that requires me to have this one. I do have my Tekamo stickers on there. Torch bottle, oxygen, acetylene are in the back. On my larger hammers are back here. I carry a 8, 12, 14, and a 16. I carry those all in here. Lanyard with double ends, auto darkening welding hood on my grinders in here. I have a Milwaukee 4.5 to 5 inch cordless grinder, and it actually has its own 3D printed holder on the very back up here, holds it upside down, keeps it nice and out of the way. Jumper cables, extension cords. I also carry a backup corded grinder just in case all my batteries are dead. I don't feel like waiting for charge up. I just grab it and do whatever I got to do real quick. It's a smaller, cheaper DeWalt grinder. Yes, a Milwaukee guy does have a DeWalt grinder, but it's corded, so it doesn't count. Oxyacetylene torches, the quick connects up here. That way it's nice and easy to take out, put away. Yes, I do carry spare 5 gallons of gas for the welder, just in case. You get running and gunning, forget about fuel, get an extra 5 right there. Stellar, 10,000 pound, 30-foot crane is damn strong. The most I've probably put on it's about 15,000 pounds. Don't tell Stellar. Whoops. But I was also right next to the truck, so let's not go crazy. I didn't do it all the way out there. I have zero complaints with it. Do have lights on the end of it, so every now and then when it is dark outside and you don't want to drag a light out there, you've got lights right there and just cover everything you're doing. Overall, this truck has been a great truck for me to run with. I do wish it had a bigger engine in it because it only has this little baby pack car, 6.7 Cummins, same thing. But it's been reliable. It takes me where I need to go and it goes anywhere that I ask it to. That's the truck tour, but we forgot one thing. The most essential thing to keep in your truck for emergencies: some dude wipes, because you never know when stuff's gonna go down. If you have any questions, comments, any rebuttals, whatever you say, it is what it is. But hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to comment, share. What are some of your things that you like to keep in your trucks? What are your essentials that you just have to have? Heck, I might just add a microwave to this thing. That way I've got it. I've got everything else. Might as well.
Once again, head over to FortisHD.com for any tools, tracks, or parts you need. If you want to watch another video, you can click here.